Alright, it's your boy Mullah. This week got that we back with another one. They talking about the comedian who raped women while on tour. What? Say what? I don't think nobody should be raping nobody, but a comedian raping? Wow. Let's figure this out together, people. Let's go.
Professionally known, was born on September 6, 1961, and was formerly a touring stand-up comedian. You may know him as the 1992 Star Search $100,000 prize winner. He endeared audiences with his good looks, charisma, and mainstream appeal. He was a black comic that was clean-cut, smooth, and as white Hollywood likes to say, articulate.
So you mean to tell me he was all this and he still had to rape? What?
Looking at him might even have caused audiences to compare him to young Temple University alumni, the notorious Bill Cosby. The comparison of Vincent Vince Champ and William H. Cosby isn't that much of a stretch. Much like Cosby, Vincent Champ has been convicted for the rape of
So he took up after Bill Cosby. Really, people? Really? Like this what we doing? I guess we doing it. Let's keep doing it then, alright?
multiple women during his comedic career. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Elena Williams, and this is how Vincent Horace Champ, runaway rapist, was captured. Little is known about the origin of Vincent Horace Champ besides his birth date and his last place of residence, Los Angeles, California. Research into an obituary of a John Edward Champ Jr. in Stockton, California from 2007 lists Vincent Champ of Nebraska as one of his sons. This may be referencing Nebraska as a birthplace of Vincent or maybe referencing his current residence of Nebraska State Penitentiary, where he is currently serving a 55-year sentence. The 55-year sentence is made up of two sentences, one for a minimum of 30 years and the other for 25. The sentences correspond to convictions for the rape of two Nebraska victims. Before diving deeper into the trial, arrest, and conviction of Vincent Horace Champ, let's look at Vince Champ's clean comedy career. The Bangor Daily News reported in 1991 that Vince Champ was a nationally touring comedian since 1985, describing him as a 6-year veteran of the United States small club circuit in markets such as Kentucky and North Carolina. A year prior, in 1990, Vince Champ was brought up on stage by a young Rosie O'Donnell for VH1's Stand-Up Spotlight. His demeanor on stage is a calm one. His act leaned into the duality of being a black man in white spaces, delivering tried and true material on race, the police, and his white speaking voice. You know, people tell me that I sound Caucasian every now and then. Sound Caucasian? Kinda silly. I guess it does come in handy every now and then when I'm on the phone with the bank trying to get that loan approved. Ross Ario of Ario Professional Artists in Chicago, a booker of Vince, described Champ's content as follows. Nothing about his act strikes me as raunchy. He did a classic stand-up. No props, no gimmicks, no hooks. His humor was geared towards college students, and one agent told me he was so popular and personable that some schools invited him back 3 or 4 times. Carlita Scott is Student Activities Coordinator at Illinois State University. On May 6, 1997, Champ was seen fleeing the scene of an attempted rape at Pasadena City College. He was arrested on May 7, 1997, in his Hollywood apartment while being charged with an attempted robbery and alleged assault. The alleged victim was a 29-year-old student who was attacked while playing piano in a room by herself. That arrest set off a series of connections made by police departments in Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, and Wisconsin, in addition to the FBI. One of
This motherfucker was going crazy. Shit.
Champ's booking agents noticed that Champ's schedule resembled a roadmap of where a few rapes have occurred. Champ was released on bail May 8th on a $75,000 bail. He was arrested on May 13th, only 5 days later, in Newark Airport after getting back from a cruise in Bermuda. This time, County Judge Sam Cooper set the bail at $1 million. Champ's second arrest would lead to a full investigation with DNA evidence used to potentially connect him with the victims in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Nebraska. According to People Panel, Champ followed a consistent pattern in his assaults. He sought out victims inside college buildings. Each time, he covered the woman's head so they could not identify him. He talked to them during the assault, and he asked each of the women to pray for him afterwards. In between Champ's May 13th arrest and his June 9th preliminary hearing,
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. You raping her and you telling her to pray for you after you get done? This motherfucker is sick. This some sick shit. He got some twisted shit going on. Fuck you.
hearing, Investigators in Des Moines, Iowa, met to discuss the data of series of rapes tied to events in the Midwest. Assistant Director of the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation, Robert Pontius, said the meeting was not the Vince Champ conference. He may or may not be a suspect, and we're looking at victimology and things like that, determine what cases are alike, and then determine if he or anyone is a viable suspect and what we need to do to pursue that. Victimology is defined as a branch of criminology that scientifically studies the relationship between an injured party and an offender by examining the causes and the nature of the consequent suffering. A victim of Champs from the University of Nebraska at Omaha, Heidi Hess, testified that she thought she was attacked by a stocky white male. Police Detective Michael Hawk, however, compared DNA samples from that University of Nebraska incident with the blood sample given by Champ.
So you mean tell me the joke of people say I usually sound Caucasian and it come in handy with the banks? You was using it for rape, motherfucker, not bank loans. You was getting pussy loans. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
The test was a positive match, to which Champ's defense attorney James Martin replied that no one was qualified to interpret the results. Hess also said in her testimony the method in which Champ assaulted her. He talked to me the entire time he raped me. He was asking me a lot of questions about my past sexual experiences. He seemed rather calm and oddly concerned that I was crying. This testimony was consistent with several other instances of rape that happened between February and March in the Midwest. The victims were women alone in classrooms. A mask was
So you want to be a nice raper man, a kindly raper man? The fuck?
used by Champ as a mask and also to blind his victims. In total, Champ was connected with 8 total assaults. He was charged for only 4 in total, 2 in Iowa and 2 in Nebraska. He was convicted for the 2 assaults that occurred in Nebraska at Union College on February 6, 1997, and the University of Nebraska on March 5, 1997. He filed for an appeal for the conviction tied to the Union College victim, which was met with no charge and ruling by the state of Nebraska. Champ was convicted with a sentence of life in prison in the state of Iowa for the first-degree kidnapping and second-degree sexual assault of a victim at St. Ambrose University. The conviction was delivered May 2002.
Hold on, y'all don't give him life for rape? He didn't kill nobody. I ain't saying what he did was not wrong, but life? Damn.
The assault occurred February 6, 1997. Between both Nebraska and Iowa convictions, Champ will spend the rest of his life in prison. While in prison, Champ was further charged with indecent exposure, masturbating in front of a female guard, and 2 counts of felony assault after getting into an altercation with another inmate in which Champ bit off a piece of the other inmate's ear. Champ would later plead innocent. Vincent Horace Champ's story is a winding tour through states that he brought laughs and tears to over time. There is room for interpretation as to whether or not Champ is guilty or not with the conflicting testimony from the University of Nebraska victim. However, several allegations, a matching tour schedule, and DNA evidence strongly suggest Champ's sentence is accurate and he is guilty of some, if not all, of his accusations.
Welcome to Ray. Well, there y'all have it, people. Never knew that one. Don't use your white voice for rape, people. That's what I got. The moral of the story is don't rape nobody, first of all. And don't use your stupid ass Caucasian voice for rape, dumbass. Alright, this your boy Mullah. This week got that 5. I'll be back with another one, and I'm out of here. Bow.